Hey, this is Cornerstone Confessions. I'm Angela, and I'm here with David Wicker of CH Insurance, and this is all new for us, David. It's pretty exciting, though.
It's not bad. It's some good walk-up music, I think.
It's like getting a new toy, right? Or a new car. We're like playing around with the software and having fun with it. So thanks for
One
your
one
patience out there, y'all.
yeah, one weekend and we're elevating our game already.
Right. Right. They've given us the reins and forget it. We're like away to the races here. Who knows what we'll come up with, folks?
Uh,
But welcome. Welcome to our
Thank you.
inaugural Cornerstone Confessions. David, first of all, we introduced this last week, but why is it that we're doing this in the first place?
Well, we are seeing a huge growth of investment in our community here in Central New York. I think a lot of it's derived from people who actually across the country are following the Micron, the move of Micron here, and the realization that we need a lot more housing. You can only build so many brand new houses in a day that are affordable. So the revamping of our old neighborhoods and the purchasing of dilapidated properties and renovation to quality rental properties is becoming a very large business here in our community.
And so every week we're going to be talking about kind of behind the scenes. That's why we call it confessions of
Yes.
giving people helpful insights, wisdom, tips, and tricks, if you will, to navigate the system with integrity, of course, but knowing that you're in their corner because there are a lot of pitfalls that you can help folks avoid when it comes to investing. And as an example, we were talking, and this is going to be our subject today. We're going to cover all sorts of um, aspects of this, right? But when we look at purchasing, like that's the big thing, right? How are you going to fund your purchase? So
Yep.
let's talk
Yep.
a little bit. Let's take the next minute or so to just quickly share the lowdown, and then of course we invite you people to reach out to David with further questions if you need help in investing. Go ahead.
Absolutely. As I preluded to this in our first inaugural, hey, here we are about this series. There's a lot of facets to properly covering your investment. And so I think today I'd like to say, hey, when you call me and we're having our first conversation, explain to me how you plan on financing this. Even though some of our clients are buying these properties cash, there's an eventual roll into refinancing them to get their money back out.
Yes.
What I mean, the importance of this is when we're thinking typically to the 1 to 4 family units. I'm not talking 5 units or more apartment
Because then we're into
complexes.
commercial, and then
And
that's a moot
it's
point. Yeah.
and that's a given commercial policy that I have to write, right? But with
Yes.
1 to 4
Yes.
families, not to confuse people, but it can actually run on what's called a personal lines paper form. The other day, but with that changes how our documentation to represent your mortgagee, your loss payee, and your additional insured to your financial institutions reads in our proof of coverage on the property. So just understanding it up front helps me properly place your investment right the first time.
Yes.
Saves us from
Well,
saves us from
because
doing it.
the headaches, you've got enough as an investor, and you've got, sometimes this is your primary line of cash flow, and sometimes it isn't, right? For certain
Yep.
family, husband and wife teams, or whatever it might be. So, you got a lot, everybody's got a lot on their plate these days.
Yeah.
They don't want, there's no need to suffer these pitfalls if you take the right steps ahead of time.
Well, the other part of that too is there's financial math involved in this. So if I write you a policy one way and it's $1,000 premium, but to write it properly for the bank turns it to a $2,000 premium, now your math doesn't work for how you're investing. And again,
For how
there's
you're
your
investing it.
formulas.
Sure.
Yeah,
Right, because they have a formula, obviously, of what is
absolutely.
this cash flow for us, and yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
your rate of return, your income statements, whatnot. But the other thing to keep in mind too is, probably it's a caveat, and this part will probably be repeated
in
considerably
another
throughout
segment,
in another
sure,
segment.
yeah,
There's properties that you can be buying 20, 30, 40, $100,000. but the replacement value is considerably higher. So what does the bank require our value to show on the documentation? So we need to know that. Uh, a short spin to that could be is, the reconstruction of it, the investment of rebuilding and modifying it. There could be another component that falls in this, which is called the builder's risk policy. Again,
Okay.
another part, but
A whole other. Yeah. All right. Well,
but
let's wrap up for
yeah,
today
so
then, Dave, because we're a
absolutely.
little over 5 minutes. We wanted
Yeah,
to welcome everybody and just start to give you these really helpful tidbits. Tune in every Wednesday, and check out the social media pages for CH Insurance or on Facebook, LinkedIn, X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you guys, you name it. The social media is a big deal. Storytelling is vitally important to CH to ensure that every step of the way that they're in your corner. David, thanks for today, and we'll see you
thank you,
next week.
Ann. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
You too.